I really appreciate you joining me today, and this news comes from South Wales in an area called Ely. Before we start, I want to pay respects to the two young boys that have lost their lives in this incident that has took place. The victims have been named as Kyrie Sullivan and Harvey Evans, and they were riding an e-scooter when they crashed, and at the time it was said that there was no involvement with the police, but CCTV has since shown that the police were chasing them minutes before the incident occurred. South Wales police have come under a lot of heavy criticism following the revelation where they stated very categorically that there were no police on that road at that time when this occurred. So somewhere along the line it seems apparent that somebody has not told the truth. In order to be able to fully understand why this is so important, because there was a riot in the area on Monday, May the 22nd. Police had fireworks thrown at them and a lot of angry locals came out blaming them for what had happened. And at the time, the police had said that this was because of rumours that were not true and that were not founded in fact. And it has later been revealed that these rumours were true, and everybody in the area was very clear that they knew exactly what had happened. Before we read the updated statements, we need to read the first statement from the police, which stated what they said occurred. They said there was investigating a serious road traffic collision and scenes of violent disorder in the Ely area of Cardiff last night. Shortly after 6 p.m, they received reports of the road traffic collision on Snowden Road, and this resulted in the death of two teenage boys. Police responded to the collision that had already occurred when officers arrived. So this means that the police had told their colleagues in the office that there was nobody there at this time, but the CCTV shows otherwise. Large-scale disorder took place until the early hours of the morning, and specially trained police officers were deployed, and officers of the neighbouring forces also came in to help. The police went on to say that they made a series of arrests in relation to the disorder, but in the follow-up statement the day after, about half an hour ago, they said they went to investigate the road traffic collision at 6:03 after they received reports of the incident on Snowden Road. An electric bike was taken from the scene and inquiries are ongoing to establish the circumstances. They have received CCTV footage that shows a police vehicle following a bike just prior to the incident at 6 p.m. The footage will be part of the investigation, they said, and they are referring themselves to the Independent Office of Police Conduct. They went on to say that during the disorder 15 officers were injured and required medical attention, and 11 of them went to hospital and 4 were treated at the scene. Their focus now is to investigate the circumstances of the collision and also the appalling scenes that followed. In hindsight, now that we know that the CCTV footage shows a whole different aspect, it means that people were angry because the police had misled people. They had said that they weren't there, they weren't in the area, they didn't have any involvement, and these two children have lost their lives. So of course people are going to be angry, people are going to be upset, people are going to want answers. So for them to dismiss this and say, oh look, this wasn't our fault, like we just said what we did, at the end of the day somebody has lied. And this is what they need to get to the bottom of, and also find out who these officers are who were at the scene and what their exact involvement was in the moments that led up to these boys tragically losing their lives. So I really appreciate all the locals that have sent me this story, and I'll always be here to try to voice anybody's concerns over any investigations that they have ongoing. And I really appreciate it if you send any sort of information you have from the local area about this story, so we can definitely keep updated for the viewers. So I really appreciate you joining me today, and I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. My condolences to the friends and family of these two boys, and I